Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing a pick a pile reading for the month of November, although this can be a timeless reading. So if you find it after November and you're drawn to watch this, then absolutely still watch it, because the messages will probably resonate for you wherever it is that you're at in your journey right now. So we're going to be reading from the Quantum Oracle. I'm very excited. My friend Tommy got this for me the other day, and it's absolutely amazing. It gives incredible readings. So I wanted to do some readings. So every single pile is going to be drawn from this deck. I may use some clarifiers from other decks as well. And I'm going to hold up 3 different crystals for you. Choose the crystal that you most resonate with, and that's going to be your reading. And of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, absolutely watch the readings for that pile, because they may resonate as well. And so we're just going to be looking at the overall energies that you may be experiencing for the month of November. What cycles are you moving through? Where is your consciousness at? How are you growing and developing and progressing this month? What are the focuses for you? We're going to leave it kind of open-ended and just see what Spirit has for everyone. So pile number 1 is going to be this gorgeous self-healed quartz here, double terminated quartz. One of my babies that sits on top of my decks here. So that's going to be group number 1, pile number 1. Pile number 2 is going to be this gorgeous smoky quartz wand. So for all of you who are resonating with this, you're going to want to tune into pile number 2, and these will be time stamped in the description box below. And pile number 3 is going to be this beautiful selenite wand. So if you feel drawn to this wand and her magical beauty, then you will want to tune into pile number 3. And so I'll give you guys just a minute to kind of see where it is, which one of these beautiful crystals is resonating with you, right? Who has messages for you today about what you can experience in the month, or will be experiencing in the month of November, or whenever it is, like we said, that you're tuning into this reading. And I'm just loving playing with this one because of the way the light hits it. It's really beautiful. But these are all just incredibly powerful, powerful crystals here. So 1, 2, or 3. All right. And let's get started here with pile number 1. Anyone who's attracted to this beautiful, beautiful quartz here. This self-healed quartz, you can see right here where she healed herself. That was what really drew me to the energy of this crystal, as I think we can all relate to that process, right? Nothing is ever broken, and she's only more beautiful because of this break here, right? All right, clear. What guidance do we have for those who chose pile and reading number 1? What guidance do we have? What's going on for the month of November, or whenever it is that they tune into this reading for pile number 1? Let's get some current energies here. We'll do current, and then we'll do future energies, or where we're moving. All right, so the current energies, the cycle for pile number 1 is the status quo. All right, and I'm already feeling something, but I want to get some more energy here. Tell me a little bit more here. And then it's interesting. We have people coming out. So we have friends and colleagues and the loving woman coming out. So this cycle I'm feeling for a lot of people. This is an energy where you've really been, there are aspects of where you've tailored your life in order to fit in when it comes to, or in order to please the people in your life, right? It's kind of like that energy where people expect you to be a certain way, or they've been used to you being a certain way. And so it's almost like that fear of stepping out of that energy. because you don't want to lose, what it is that you have. You don't want to lose your relationship, right? When we start to grow and change, if our partner doesn't grow and change with us, then a lot of times the relationship ends, right? Because the vibration is no longer a resonance. And the same happens with the people and friends in our lives. It could also be that you've sort of been hiding aspects of yourself, especially as you've been changing, because you're afraid of how they're going to perceive you or what they're going to think. And so this energy is really, for those of you that resonates with, this is the energy of sort of that desire to move beyond that, but feeling a little stuck. And so you may be noticing that throughout the month of November, just that you feel you're beginning to feel a little bit boxed into those energies, but they feel comfortable, right? And so it's that energy of not wanting to move out of that comfort zone. For others, what this is saying is that you're in an energy right now of extreme stability. And that's okay, because you are building and you are creating. And there may not seem to be a lot shifting on the outside, but it doesn't necessarily need to right now, because you have a lot of beautiful things in your life. You have a lot of, and for some of you guys, it's like you went through that cycle where you were afraid to shift and change. And then you allowed yourself to shift and change anyway. You changed the status quo. And you have had this beautiful influx of friends, possibly a new relationship as well, coming into your life as a result. Just a lot of beautiful new relationships and friendships. Like a lot has shifted and changed for you as a result of being courageous enough to move outside of the status quo. And now it's like you may be in this period where you feel like not a lot is happening. Like you've sort of reached a plateau, but that's okay, because like this card says, although the outer energy remains steady, don't lose sight of the inner work that can be percolating under the surface. The regularities of this time actually allow you to bring more balance into your thoughts and behaviors. Now is a great time to meditate, read, and socialize with people of like mind. Definitely a big time for socializing with these two cards that came out with this. Let yourself focus on these activities and make them a priority right now. If status quo turns up at a time when you are actually going through some significant change, it's telling you to engage in the personal activities that will help you maintain as much inner balance as possible. Remember, the center of your status quo is always your divine nature. And so this is where some of those activities that help you maintain your inner balance may be connecting with friends. They may also be leaning on, if you are in a partnership, if you do have this loving energy in your life. And for some, this lovely divine feminine energy isn't necessarily an outer energy, but it's you developing a deeper sense of self-love and self-worth within yourself, and really opening up your ability to love and make connection. Yeah, for some of you guys, that's been a huge focus, and you've made some huge strides in allowing your hearts to open up. Yeah, so it's going to be vice versa. For some, it's about that energy of just allowing things to be as they are right now, and taking that time to enjoy them, taking that time to enjoy the beautiful things that have come into your life, but also not allowing yourself to be fooled into thinking that nothing's happening, and not to get frustrated with that, because there's a lot more that's happening under the surface, and there's still a lot that you can do to continue to grow. It doesn't need to necessarily look like anything different on the outside. Those changes are happening in the inside. So meditate, continue to do that inner work, and things will continue to grow and flourish and move in their appropriate time. And for some of you guys, it's like it's time for the shakeup. It's time for the shakeup, because you've allowed yourself to be boxed in for too long. You know, we have that Sun opposing Uranus energy. We have this power during that powerful new moon in Scorpio. There's a lot of energies of shakeups and upheavals where it is that we've fallen into this energy, and we've allowed ourselves to be we've allowed ourselves to get sort of caught up in a life that doesn't represent who we truly are. And so some of those attachments may be removed in order to do so, in order to facilitate that process of us doing so. Or we may be getting to that point where we realize that it's time to release those attachments and let them go. That it's time to trust that those people who truly love us and who are truly meant to remain in our lives will remain in our lives, even after we allow ourselves to be more of who we truly are, right? We show them the truth of who we are now. And we stop worrying about them not accepting who we are now because they want us to be who we were. If they still want us to be who we were, and they're not open to embracing and loving who we are now, then it doesn't really matter, right? Because they're in love, or they love a version of us that no longer exists, right? So that relationship is already not on solid footing because it doesn't represent truth. And so we are, I think, pile number 1, you are going to start noticing which relationships in your life resonate and reflect truth and which ones don't, which are in alignment, because it's going to become too difficult to continue to live out of alignment with what your truth is. And these friendships and these relationships that you've kept in your life, or that you've resisted change because you didn't want to affect, they're going to feel less and less comfortable to you because it's going to be harder and harder to not be who you are now, right? To keep pretending to be who you used to be. Let's see here. Yeah, so just a lot of, but this definitely does suggest too that this is what's, like, when you release those old relationships that aren't serving you, those old connections that aren't serving you, and you really step into living and embodying your truth, this is what's coming in for you too, is these beautiful, satisfying relationships. A lot of beautiful energy and like souls of like vibration are coming to replace whatever ones it is that you may lose. And you may be surprised that some people, honestly, not everybody disowns you the way that some of you, I think, are fearing that they will. If you really come out with the truth, and if you really just be who you are and embrace your wildness. Yeah. All right, that's beautiful energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we have consciousness, and this is about deserving. So self-worth, right? We talked about how the loving woman for some represents this journey of self-love. So I think pile number 1, you've been on a deep journey of self-love as well. You are on this journey, and the more you learn to love yourself, the more you know that you have to be in alignment with your truth. Right? And the more you can't accept the love of others if they're loving someone that doesn't exist, right? If they're loving the representative instead of the actual person underneath. So it's also this energy of stepping into your worthiness. And so for some people where it's like you've reached a plateau, personally, professionally, whatever it is, stepping into this energy of worthiness is going to really start moving things again for you. But it's like, allow that process to be what it is and go through that process, and don't feel like you have to rush it. You can't rush self-love, right? And sometimes this is how you achieve self-love, is this status quo energy to me in this example is feeling like consistency. Consistently showing up for yourself, consistently making choices that reinforce the love that you feel for yourself, that make you feel good, that make you feel worthy, that those choices that reinforce the self-love, so self-care as well. But just knowing this energy of deserving, that you deserve love, that you deserve happiness, that you deserve abundance. I think for a lot of people, this deserving, it has to do with the love, right? It's like for those people who are trapped, who are feeling trapped because they're afraid to lose the people they have. It's once again this energy of worthiness. It's this coming to understand, how much have I allowed how other people feel about me to dictate how I feel about myself? Do I only feel worthy if other people reflect that back to me, if other people tell me I'm worthy? Right? And can I tap into that feeling on my own? And for some people, it's like this worthiness is something that you have been working on. And that's what's brought all of this abundance into your life, these divine reflections of your worth, right? Because we don't look for our worth in others, but we can see the level of worthiness that we feel reflected in our relationships, right? But they're the reflection. They're not the cause, if that makes any sense, right? Like we don't have the reflection first. The reflection can't exist without the thing that's being reflected. Yeah. So, and what I guess to go deeper into that, like what I mean by that is like, we don't want to look for the validation and need that validation in order to feel worthy, but we can see the effects of our journey of self-love reflected out to us in the outer world. All right. So that is the reading for pile number 1. Clear. And now we're going to move into pile number 2. So for everybody who chose this beautiful smoky quartz wand, this pile number 2 reading is for you. So what guidance do we have? What's going on? Clear. In the month of November and beyond, whenever they're tuning into this, for those who chose pile number 2, crystal number 2, reading number 2. What energies do we have going on here? What energies do we have going on for pile number 2? Oh, that was interesting. New supportive connections wanted to pop out there. But we'll see what actually flies out. Okay. All right. Yeah. New supportive connections. So those of you who chose pile number 2, you have some new supportive connections coming through for you in the month of November or whenever it is that you are reading this. So we love that energy. That's beautiful energy coming through. Those who support you in your dreams, in your goals, in your, like, they're creating together, right? So some collaboration, some 3 of Pentacles kind of energy coming out here too. And then we have present power. And the loving woman. And the loving woman, I believe, she looked reversed. So we're gonna read that and we're gonna see here. And there are some energies that feel like they're a little bit tapped into the pile 1 reading for pile 2 here. So this consciousness card, this is all about you stepping into your power, and we're gonna read this out of the book and see what this says here. And for some of you guys, I feel like with the loving woman in reverse, there may have been a person in your life that you gave your power away to at one point. And you may be working through the energies of that, working to release those energies of that so that you can have these new supportive connections. So where was it that you had connections in your life that were not supportive of you? Right? Where was it that you were dealing with people who were taking more than they were giving? Right? People who tore you down instead of building you up. And this is the energy where you learned how to build up yourself, right? Where were you giving your power away? There's an energy of giving your power away here. But this is present power and this is upright, right? So it's like reclaiming your power. And really, I feel like healing the heart where the heart was broken, especially when it comes to people in your life that you felt like betrayed you. And energies and times when you felt as though you betrayed yourself, especially where others were concerned. So this says, this card is letting you know that you have significant power now. And there's some present issue that will benefit greatly from your attention. If there's a matter to be resolved, a project to be finished, or a decision to be made, now is the time to prioritize it. You are in a position of strength, so keep your thoughts focused on the issue at hand and be ready to take action. Joyous opportunities are opening up for you at this time, especially through these people. There's going to be people for you guys that are really bringing forward these opportunities. You're now capable of taming the rampant, fragmented energy in your life by staying strong in the current moment. The past is over and the future will bring beautiful blessings as long as you continue to be conscious of your power in the present. So really standing in your empowerment. You've learned how to set strong boundaries. You've learned how to deal with energy vampires and the people that were draining your energy, or the people that were not, that you didn't have, there was no reciprocity, right? There was no give and take. It was just take, take, take. For a lot of you guys, whatever these energies were, it was just people who were just hanging in to hang on. You know what I mean? The people that were feeding off your light, or the people that saw you going places and they wanted to tag along, but just for selfish reasons. I'm feeling for some people. Just any of those energies, any of those lower vibratory relationships that really did help you. And like, I went through this myself. The relationships that helped me to love myself the most were the ones that were with people who didn't and couldn't love me. right? Because I wasn't getting that validation back. I wasn't receiving that love from the outside, so I had to find it within, right? That's how I learned to take my power back, was these energies where I disempowered myself for other people in order to be who I thought people wanted me to be, in order to get what I thought I wanted and what I thought I needed, while at the same time ignoring my true needs, right? And so this personal power is like learning, this is like those challenging situations and relationships that had that effect on us, that called us to step into our power. And now we're calling in all of these beautiful supportive connections here. Yeah, anything else? Oh, whoa. Got courage. And it's interesting because this card kind of reminds me of a strength card, right? With the power and with the lion, which in the tarot would be Leo energy. But yeah, with courage coming out here too. So there's a lot of courage for you guys in pile number 2 to really start some new endeavors, some new projects. If you've been wanting to start some new projects, if you've been desiring some sort of creative exploration, right? Remember, look, they're like painting, they're creating together. If you've been inspired, and you're going to attract more people into your life that are inspiring to you, that inspire you and support you and want to help you in your endeavors, that want to further your endeavors in whatever way, shape, or form. But you have to have the courage to act. You have to have the courage to take advantage of the opportunities when they present themselves. To know this energy is also a lack of self-love and self-confidence, right? To know that you are confident, to know that you are worthy of what it is that you desire, and to know that you have what it takes, and to walk through the fears that present themselves when we start stepping out of our comfort zone. And we start doing things that we've never done before, right? Yeah, so I want to look at is there anything else we want from number 1 here? Energy. Anything else that we want to read that isn't what we just said? It's time to go it may be time to go public about an interest you've been pursuing. Even if you feel hesitant at first, this card is telling you that the time is right. You're moving into an energetic cycle where you feel your strength more deeply. There's a core of power coming through your own eternal soul, and you can feel the boundless courage that already lies ready within your heart center. Breathe deeply and take the next step. Know that you can trust this core of inner strength to guide you in this exciting time. And as you take those steps, right, as you have the courage to take those few steps, remember, I take 1 step, the universe takes 10. These people and these connections and these opportunities will be magnetized to you. They will be drawn into you. And then it's your responsibility, of course, to act upon them. Yeah, so that's a really beautiful reading for those of you who chose pile number 2. And on the bottom of the deck, we have peace. So I really like that. It's like you're finding a level of peace and letting go. So there's this energy with decrease. So there was a huge period of surrender, I feel like, and then a creative endeavor. I love it. There was this huge period of surrender for you guys, this huge period of letting go and of possibly trimming the things out of your life that weren't necessary. These relationships, right, that we talked about here, where you were giving your power away, or where they weren't respecting your boundaries, or you didn't know how to create and set them. And then for some of you guys, as soon as you learned how to set your boundaries, they took off because they didn't want to be a part of that, right? They only liked you when they could take what they needed or wanted without having to worry about you objecting or you drawing that line in the sand for your own sanity and your own strength. So, and I want to see, my laptop is dying here. All right, so I got some time left. Yeah, but there was this huge process of letting go, trimming the fat, really, right? Getting rid of all the things that weren't necessary and really simplifying, releasing the things that weren't resonating, noticing what was in resonance with you and what was not. And there's an incredible level of peace that you gained from that, from the cleaning out of your closet, so to speak. And that also is what brought you into your power, was that process of really looking at what wants to stay and what wants to go, what needs to stay and what needs to go. right? Who and what is worthy of remaining in my life, of sharing in my energy and my increasing fortune, and who and what is not. All right, so a beautiful reading there for pile number 2. And we're about to get into pile number 3 here, but I am going to plug in my laptop so it doesn't die. Clear. Yeah, and behind a mask and milestone popping out here. So this is that energy of a huge milestone in your growth, when you were able to take off that mask and stop being who other people wanted you to be and really be yourself. And that resonates a lot with the pile number 1 reading. So some of you guys might want to check that out. Clear. Okay. And now for pile number 3, whoever chose this beautiful selenite wand. This is going to be your reading from the Quantum Oracle. Clear. What guidance do we have for those who chose reading and pile number 3 for the month of November, or whenever it is that they find this video? What's going on for November with my pile number 3? With all of those beautiful souls who chose pile number 3. Let's get some energy here. Get some guidance. What's going on? All right. First card out is taking steps. Intention. So moving forward in some area of your lives right now. And then we have family, friends, and guides. So really acting upon that divine guidance is what I feel like here. Yes, there is like family and friends in the material world, but I'm feeling this. This is a spirit card. This is also a 6, which is all about balance, and 4 is about stability. All right. So really creating that solid foundation for yourself, taking those steps toward what it is. But like I said, this guides, it feels like family, friends, and guides in the non-physical very strongly as well. So like what you have been divinely guided to do, really taking action around that in the month of November. What other, let's get another card to here to go with this. It's like you guys, okay, so we had travel trying to pop out there. Excuse me. I love how the cards are doing this lately. It flew out when I tried to put it back in. So some of you guys in pile number 3 have been guided to travel. You're receiving divine guidance that it's time to travel to a specific place, maybe to make a pilgrimage. Some of you may be traveling to visit family and friends who live in different places, or you could be meeting and making new connections as you travel. But it's really this divine guidance that's calling you to try something new, to go somewhere new, to explore your world. Where is it that you're being guided? And we get this all the time when we have the Imrama card come out in the Starseed Oracle, right? This energy of where are you being guided to? So yeah, really trusting that divine guidance that tells you that you're meant to go somewhere to have an experience that is going to enrich you spiritually. And then we have hidden motivations coming out. So this is interesting. I feel like as you travel, as you take this divine guide, you accept this divine guidance that's bringing you, that's taking you somewhere outside of your normal sphere. You're going to start realizing what it is you really want. Because I think that some of you, you may not know, or you may think you know, but the truth of what you desire is different from what you believe. And as you take this journey, right, as you follow this guidance, this reminds me of another card in, it's either Work Your Light or the Starseed Oracle that says, like, take the steps that you're guided to take before they make sense. I'm getting that energy really strongly. It's like you don't know why you're being called to travel somewhere. You don't know why it is that you're being called to go where you're being called to go, but you know that you are. You know that you are. And so you're going, you're just trusting that. And there's something that's going to be revealed to you throughout this process of what it is that you truly want, what it is that's truly fulfilling to you. You're going to find a deeper sense of fulfillment, or for some of you, you're seeking that deeper sense of fulfillment. even if you don't fully realize it yet. And you are, I do feel that you're going to find that. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have playing it safe. Yeah, this is the energy that you're needing to move out of. This is the energy that I think some of us have been in for too long, where we were playing it small, we were playing it safe. And now we're being called to take some risks. For some of you guys, this is actual moving. But for others, it's just exploring and travel. But wherever it is, your bags are packed, you're going. You're taking those steps toward your dreams. You're done playing it safe. This energy hasn't served you. This energy of staying small, this energy of staying in the comfort zone, right? This back and forth energy as well, where it's like the 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of energy. Like, okay, I'm not going to play it safe. I'm going to take a risk, but then moving back into that energy again. It's like you're finally going to be, you're going to be catapulted forward. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, anything else here for this pile number 3? We have new beginnings, family, and deserving coming out. And the new beginnings card was inverted. And these cards do have reversals. I sometimes read reversals, I sometimes don't. But I was feeling that energy of family for some. Like, you can see the family right here. For some of you guys, you are realizing that you want a family, maybe. Or you're finding new family. You're creating new family. Right? Remember, like, our family isn't just our blood kin. Our family is anyone that we connect with, right? We have a soul family. We have a spiritual family. So for some people, it's sort of, it feels like those of you who have decided that you want a family, it's about worthiness. It's about you didn't feel that you were worthy. For people who want to be parents, who this reading resonates with. It's like that energy of like worrying that you won't be a good parent because maybe you didn't have parents who taught you how to be a parent, who taught you how to be an adult, right? There's some of this energy of worthiness, and it may not just be like a literal, like a child, but like you notice how she's looking at this big house here, and she's got this huge castle behind her. And so it's like deserving of the abundance, deserving of the happy home. Feels like a very Four of Wands energy, right? It's like believing that you were worthy of that. Believing that you that you deserve that. And for some people, this is starting over, right? Being afraid to start over when it comes to family, when it comes to creating a family, maybe when it comes to creating a blended family now. Like for those people who have gone through a separation or a divorce, and you're wanting to create something new, but you've been afraid to do that. But there's definitely an energy. I mean, even the New Beginnings card has a baby on it. So, yeah, I'm feeling for some people this portion of the reading. It's like people who, like, maybe you've been trying to get pregnant and that hasn't been working out. You've been trying to start a family and that hasn't happened. And it's because you didn't believe that you were worthy of it. There's an energy of worthiness here. You are afraid, like we said, of your parenting capabilities. And there's childhood energies that want to be addressed here. There's wounds within the childhood and the inner child that are creating this lack of deservingness and this inability to create this new beginning. And for some of you guys, this new beginning is the healing of your inner child. Where that's been stagnant, where you've been struggling with that. Yeah, where you've been struggling with that. And some people, this may have to do with actually, like we said, healing energies within the family. Healing these childhood energies, possibly returning to the source in order to heal these energies, or just moving beyond these energies altogether. But whatever happens, for a lot of you guys, there's going to be travel involved, and there's going to be your inner child is going to be healed during this process, this energy of worthiness. I feel like for some of you guys too, it's like perhaps you were an only child, or you were a child of many. You are an only child of many. It's going to be different for different people. Definitely feeling for a lot of people, it's like a multiple children. And so you didn't get a lot of the love and attention that you deserved, or that you desired, that you needed in order to build that self-confidence, in order to build that sense of self-worth. Yeah, just a lot of stuff when it comes to childhood that's being healed here as well. And yeah, for a lot of people, there is this energy of wanting a family, or whatever it is you want. Not everybody who chose this pile is going to resonate with the energy of wanting to start a family or heal a family. But there's some desire, there's something within you that you desire, that you have to believe that you deserve. And this, that you may not even know that you want, and you may not even know that you don't think you deserve, that you feel unworthy of, until you go on this trip. And then it's gonna become more clear. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, the fears are going to become more clear. Whatever it is that you're afraid of. And for a lot of you where this family energy resonates, I'm going to say the thing that you're afraid of is that you won't be a good parent because you didn't have good role models. But that's simply not true. And you may begin to understand that in your travels. And so that's healing the inner child too. Because that energy, those fears come from a wounded inner child as well. All right, I love you guys. I hope that you enjoyed these readings for the month of November. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you chose, what resonated with you. These are general readings. They're not going to resonate with everybody. So take what fits and leave the rest. If nothing resonated with you, then these energies just simply weren't for you. But I think I'm going to do more readings like this in the future because they're really fun. So we'll get some more out there very soon for you guys. Drop a comment down below. I think I said that already. It's the list of things to say. Sometimes you guys know. But there are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. And my email is also down below with the list of the different services that I offer. I do private personal readings. I do astrology chart readings. I do different types of healing. If you're looking to work on those belief systems, work on those fears. If you're looking for general energy clearing and really enhancing your connection, your belief in yourself, working on these inner child issues, self-worth, any and all of this stuff, we can work on it. So drop me a line, let me know what's going on, and we will figure out the best approach. You guys are amazing. You're so beautiful. Have an incredible November, or whenever it is that you are viewing this message. Bye.